Welcome, everybody. I'm Brian Proctor, and I'm doing something, I guess, a little special and a little unique today. I want to introduce you to somebody that I met literally about a week and a half ago, introduced by a friend who, gosh, I just think is really, really a special guy. His name is Robbie Blanchard. And Robbie, I just want to welcome you here. I have done a little bit of research on you, and I have to say, with that introduction, getting to meet you, and then doing a little bit of background check, I guess, on you, I'm really, really impressed with what I found, Robbie. So welcome here.
Oh, Brian, thanks so much for having me. It's honestly an honor and a privilege to be speaking with you. I've heard so much about you and obviously your dad and everything. And so just to be here on an interview with you is awesome. So thanks so much for having me.
Oh, that's great. I'm really glad that you came, Robbie. I think a lot of the audience here knows that I do a lot of affiliate marketing, JV programs with other people. And Robbie, for years, I did training for anybody who wanted it for free, basically on affiliate marketing. And a lot of what I did was based around a company called ClickBank. Mm-hmm. And this was the cool thing that I found when I started researching you. You were like the #1 affiliate on ClickBank. Is that true?
It is true. It's hard to believe still to this day, but honestly, it is true. Yeah, and which is crazy to think about because Brian, just like 6 years ago, I was just a gym owner, right? I didn't have an online business. I didn't even know what ClickBank was. Like, if you were to come up to me 6 years ago and say, "Hey, like, have you heard of ClickBank?" I would say, "What's ClickBank?" And here I am today, the #1 affiliate in the world, which is awesome. And so it just goes to show like how quickly things can change once you take action, get out of your own way and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm the #1 affiliate on ClickBank, which is crazy.
That's pretty impressive. And for those of you who are not familiar with ClickBank and affiliate marketing, that's a very, very big deal. Now, Robbie, you mentioned that you were a gym owner, right? And from what I understand, you were a bit of a struggling gym owner. So what caused you to go from being basically a struggling gym owner to making literally millions of dollars in online marketing?
Well, it was a very it seemed like a very random journey, but when I look back, I can connect the dots, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, 6 years ago, I have I was just a gym owner. It was a CrossFit gym, and I actually still own the gym, believe it or not. And so I went to school for exercise and sports science, and they teach you how to get people in shape, but they don't teach you how to get people in the door. And so that was the expression "build it and they will come" is not true, because I built it and nobody showed up. So I was able to kind of figure some things out, and I was able to change the success of my gym because of Facebook marketing, right? So I was able to do some Facebook ads for my gym that turned some things around. And then in 2015, I really wanted to have an online business. I wanted to be able to help more people out. And so that's what kind of got me exposed to ClickBank, because I joined a mastermind group and they taught you how to come up with your own product and everything. And so when I created my product, which was a CrossFit gym product, nobody bought it. Nobody was buying it, because back then affiliate marketing was really email based, right? So it was, go to people who has a big email list, have them send out to your offer. And nobody would promote my product for whatever reason. So I remember going back to what worked for me for my gym, which was Facebook ads. And so I ran Facebook ads for that product that I had on ClickBank. And the first day I ran it, I got 3 sales. And I couldn't believe it, right? Because I even called my parents and I said, "Did you guys buy my program?" And they were like, "What program?" So I knew it wasn't my parents. And so that was a game changer for me, because something just like a light bulb went off in my head, because I'm like, wow, like somebody was on Facebook, they saw my ad, they clicked on it, they bought the program, and I made money. And so that to me was just like a million light bulbs going off in my head, because I knew if I could do that once, I could do that thousands of times, right? And so and that's kind of brought me to where I am. So I went from promoting my own product to then promoting other people's products on ClickBank, because there are a lot of people that are much better at creating products than I am, and all I had to do was get eyeballs to the page. And that's what I did. And it's worked out unbelievably well. And I've been able to, like you said, generate millions, and just literally following that formula of finding a really good working product on ClickBank, running Facebook ads to it, and then making commissions. And that's what I've done.
That's impressive, Robbie. And I think the cool thing is that you still have the gym. one of the big things my father always has taught in all of his programs is to create what he calls MSIs, multiple sources of income. And that's really something you've done. And, I know online marketing is a huge deal. I've been involved with it for years. I've seen what can happen with it, and it's beyond impressive.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people watching this that are thinking, boy, can I do this? I don't know. I've heard of other people that have done it, but I'm not sure if this is for me. Robbie, what system or method do you recommend for people who are maybe just starting out with an online business?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that first of all, there's so many different ways to make money online. It's almost, it can almost be paralyzing in the sense that like you get, should I do this one or this way? And for me personally, I've tried a lot of different ways to have success online. But for me personally, doing affiliate marketing, using a specific, 3-step system, which is choosing a high converting offer on ClickBank, using a simple page, which I call a money page or a quiz page, and then driving traffic to the actual offer with Facebook ads, right? And that's been my winning formula. The thing that I love about that is it's so frictionless, right? In the sense that, I don't have to worry about coming up with my own product, right? Because that can take time, energy, and effort. And if it's a physical product, you have to deal with inventory and customer service and refunds and all this stuff. If it's an e-commerce business is tough. Having a coaching or consulting business can be great, but you have to find clients, then you have to deal with clients, and then you have to sometimes be on front of camera, which a lot of people don't want to be on front of the camera. So for me, affiliate marketing is so awesome because I don't have to worry about having my own product. I can use somebody else's product. I don't have to be front facing with my ads because I can just run them anonymously, right? So for me, that's one of the cool things about it. And the cool thing with Facebook is you can start at $20 a day with advertising and see some great results. And then you just take that and just scale up slowly and you can have incredible success. So for me, and the reason why I say that with confidence too is because I've helped literally thousands of people to date do this. And so that for me has been like honestly the most frictionless way to have success because at the end of the day, I always tell my students like, affiliate marketing, make money first. And then if later on, if you want to create your own product or whatever, do that, but make some money first.
Yeah, well, that's a real good point. And now I know that your system, it's like a 3-step system that you've created.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some of your students. I know that you've got a lot of students that have gone through your program. What's impressed me, I think, the most, Robbie, is that these students are actually really doing it. They're out there making some really good money. It's not like just a small percentage of them. It's a large group of them. Can you share some of the success stories that you've got from some of your students?
Oh my gosh, we have so many success stories. I think this interview would be hours long if I went through all of them. But some of the big ones. I think one of the biggest things that was pretty cool for me recently is I actually got a letter from ClickBank. And ClickBank themselves, it was from the VP over at ClickBank. His name's Dominic Keenan. He basically surveyed 1,015 of my students, and he found that those 1,015 students generated almost $26 million in sales since starting the system, right? Which is unbelievable. Which averages out to just about $25,000 per person, right? Which is not nothing, right? And so that's been really cool. But we have some crazy stories, and we have students that had tried so many other ways to have success online. They joined using this system, and then within 24 hours got their first sale. And then we have some students that were able to hit their $1,000 day in profit, which is unbelievable. Last year alone, we actually had 7 students reach the 7-figure mark, which is unbelievable. And this is like people who never even knew about ClickBank or didn't know about advertising or anything, and now they're having success. And I think for me, that is like that's awesome because one question people always ask me is, well, Robbie, why don't you just keep this to yourself? And for me, it's like, no, I don't want to. I want to help as many people as possible. I'm still that gym owner at heart, where I want to, just help as many people get results. And now we're doing it in a financial way. But, that for me is like, that's what gets me up in the morning, gets me excited.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I think probably just that letter alone, from the VP of ClickBank, that speaks volumes. You just don't see that stuff very often. I have to admit, I don't know as I've ever seen anything like that before. The fact that they pulled people who bought your program and they had those kind of results to report, that's pretty impressive, Robbie.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we have a lot of people here that are maybe looking to start online. Mm-hmm. What is your advice for somebody that is looking to start a business online?
That's a great question. Yeah, great question. I think, the first thing is you need to decide on which way you want to go, right? So I'm a big believer to focus on one thing at a time, right? So, I think focusing on one thing, whether it's one system, one traffic source, one product, whatever it is, guys, just make sure you focus on one and double down on it, right? Don't stop until you have success. I think that's super important, right? So for me personally, I think that one of the best things you can do is to learn from a system that's already been done and proven and works, right? I think that yes, you can go out and learn yourself, and yes, you can go through the trials and tribulations of doing it yourself. But usually, what happens is that takes more time, it takes more effort. It usually actually costs you more money in the long run. And so for me personally, I've learned just in my career that in order to get to where I want to be, I want to learn from someone who is where I want to be, right? And so that's been a big game changer for me. And honestly, I'm a big believer in investing in speed, investing in buying that time. So because we only have so much time on this earth, and so you need to maximize that as much as possible. So for me, I think it's learning a system, learning from a coach or someone that is where you want to be, and then just following that stuff, taking massive action, and that's where you can have incredible results. And that's what I would say is the big thing. Yeah.
That's great, Robbie. Well, as I said when we first started this little quick interview, this is something I don't normally do often, and so that is a testament to you, Robbie. It really is. And so, I am really impressed with what you've put together. Where can people go to learn more about the system that you've created?
Yeah, great question. Well, actually, we have an upcoming training we're going to do together, which is I'm really excited about. I know that's coming up real soon, and we'll obviously have the dates here for you guys. But yeah, it's basically a workshop, and we're going to talk about those 1,015 students, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually break it down in terms of how they were able to generate $26 million, how they were able to do it without their own product, without an email list, without any prior experience. And so we're going to cover that on the training, and I'm also going to show you guys exactly how you can use some pretty cool tools and some other things that we have that we actually developed this year, which is going to help a lot of people have success. And I think that you definitely want to be on the workshop, because I think that the world is changing. I think having an online business is now something that you should and need to do, right? And I'll give you a perfect example, Brian, is that I still own my CrossFit gym, right? But this past year in 2020, we were shut down for 5 or 6 months, right? Because up in Massachusetts, right? We couldn't stay open, right? And if I just had that business and I didn't have an online business, I probably wouldn't be as happy as I am right now, because it was tough, right? And so, but having an online business gives you that freedom. It allows you to, kind of weather the storm when things aren't going your way. And I think that's super important. And that's why I would definitely recommend be on the workshop that myself and Brian are doing, because it's going to be, I think, very, very eye-opening for everybody.
Oh, that's great, Robbie. Well, I don't know where we're going to be posting this interview, but if you're watching this, whether it's on a page that you can click a link or right below this video, if there's a link to click, you want to make sure that you click and go to this training. Robbie has some really, really valuable material to teach you, and it will be a very short period of time. You'll know whether this is for you or not. And odds are, I think you'll find it pretty interesting. I think you're going to learn some valuable information on really how to get started online. And Robbie, I just want to thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate your time. I know you're a really busy guy. You got a lot going on. And I just think what you've got is such a great program. And I just want to thank you very much for coming on.
Oh, well, thanks so much for having me, Brian. I really appreciate it. And I'm so excited about the workshop. I already know what we're going to teach, but I'm still so excited. So make sure you guys attend the workshop. And Brian, thanks again for having me on. It's like I said, it's an honor and pleasure being here, and really looking forward to doing some cool stuff together.
Right. All right. Well, thank you very much, Robbie. You have a great day.
All right. You too. Take care.
Take care.